I want to close with this one last question here, Kev. It was from someone called Cartoon Canadian. He wants you to settle a bet. He says, Big Kev said that when he and Scott jumped ship to WCW, that WWF lost 2 of their top 5 stars. My buddy says that the other 3 stars he was referring to were the remaining Click members. I say bullshit. He was referring to HBK, Brett, and Taker. Who's right? There may be money on this one, Kevin. When you say 2 of the 5, who are the other 3?
No, it was the other 3 were Taker, Brett, and Sean.
So it was Taker, Brett, and Sean. Okay.
Yeah.
So Cartoon,
Hunter,
whoever had
Hunter
that one.
was still just kind of, he was working his way up.
Right. Okay. Very good. Click This is a production of Butch and Sundance Media, produced in association with Podcast T. Created by Tristan Nash, Kevin Nash, and Sean Oliver. Producer Steve Kaufman. Graphics by Dominic D'Angelo. Title sequence, audio edit by Wesley Burleson. Theme song by Dale Oliver. Technical research by Tristan Nash. Copyright 2024, Butch and Sundance Media. Kev, if I may. Tristan, should we do another? What do you
Yes,
getting, Kev?
yes, definitely for my son. But I want to say that
Go ahead.
we just brought up Paul, as far as Levesque not being, or Waltman, for that case, not being in that top 5, take away Scott and I, was the fact that Hunter was getting ready to get the fucking monster push and get the Austin. He was going to get the Austin push, and he did the curtain call. So
he was punished.
Yeah. So when I left, he ended up being the fucking boss.
Yeah.
So I
there is that.
Anybody want? My whole thing is, it's just like, who's the greatest of all time? And it's just like, absolutely, like there's the 1A, 1B, whether you're a Flair guy or you're a Hogan guy. And then there's the business aspect guy. And I say that the best run of anybody would be Triple H, from all standpoints of the business.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, there's no comparison. So it's like and I think one of the reasons that because he's so good at what he does on a daily basis, like as soon as he got his hands on the controls, shit changed, and it was the product became. I mean, it just was night and day. And then, Vince almost tried to kibosh it, and they went through all that shit again. And then I think at that point, if it wouldn't have went the way it did, I think Paul would have walked. I think Steph already had. I don't think that. Yeah, I
had
think
Vince stayed and taken creative back.
I have a few. Yeah, I mean, we never had the conversation, but I know Paul. I just think that it was like, fuck, man, like. But I heard some others. I mean, I have talked to Paul about some other things. I mean, I know some information things that made me feel really good when I heard, how they felt, Endeavor, how they felt about Paul.
Right.
So, yeah. So.
Well, this was just to answer that one, settling a bet for Cartoon Canadian.
And, yeah, but I did want to. I felt like that kind of slighted Paul, and I would never want to do that.